Hello guys, welcome back to TechDose, and in this video we will see how to find the unique element in a sorted array. This is from LeetCode day 12 of the May challenge. So let us now look at the problem statement. The problem says that we are given an array having a single unique element. Now the array is guaranteed to have the unique element and the array is in non-decreasing order, that is basically in ascending order. So we just need to find this unique element and return it. Now a very simple approach is you can do a linear search and find this unique element. Otherwise, what you can do is you can take XOR of all the elements and then whatever comes as your output of XORing all the elements, you can return it as your answer because XOR of the same element is always equals to 0. So all the pairs will get cancelled out and the unique element will remain as the answer. So in this case the XOR value will be equals to 3. So these all techniques will actually take order of n time. But in the problem statement it says that you need to solve this problem in log n time and also in O1 extra space. So how can you achieve this log n time? Actually, this array has a special property of non-decreasing order, so we can take benefit from it. Our requirement is to search for an element in array and we are given the sorted array. Now which algorithm comes to mind? So if you are given a sorted array and you want to search in log n time, then obviously you can do this by using binary search. So let us now look at some properties in order to solve this problem by using binary search. So let us assume that we are given this array. Now I will show you 4 properties. The first property is we need to do boundary checks. So we need to find whether the unique element is present at the boundary or not in order to apply binary search afterwards. So we will compare this first element with the second element. If this is a unique element, then this will not be equals to the second element. Then we will simply return the first element. In this case, this is not the unique element. Otherwise, if the last element is equals to the second last element, then this will not be a unique element. In this case, it is not a unique element. If it was unique element, then we would have just returned it without performing binary search. Now this is the boundary check which we will be doing. Now the second property is pair index property. In this case, you can see that if the boundary elements are not the unique elements, then the elements will actually exist in pairs and they will always start at an even index and end at an odd index. So this 1 is starting at an even index 0 and ending at an odd index 1. This 2 is starting at an even index 2 and ending at odd index 3. Now this 3 is a unique element. After the unique element, it will not start with the even index but it will always start with the odd index. So this is one of the pair index property. Using this property, you can actually make a decision of which part to search in order to find your unique element. Now the third property is the unique element property. So if you hit a unique element, then it will not be equals to the previous element and it will also not be equals to the next element. This is the unique element property. Now the fourth property is the partition property. Let us say you are pointing to this point, index 3. Okay. Now you found that at index 3 you have a value 2 and at index 2 as well you have a value 2. So using this pair index property, you can see that this pair 2, 2 is starting at an even index and ending at an odd index. So it is guaranteed that the unique element will not be present on the left hand side. It should always be present on the right hand side. Otherwise, let us say you were at this index 5. Okay. Now you see that what is the pair? It is 4, 4. So this 4, 4 is starting at index 5, which is odd. Okay, but it should start with an even index. So since this pair is starting at an odd index, so there must be a unique element on the left hand side. So we will search on the left hand side. So this is the idea about the partition property and we will use it in order to apply binary search. So let us now see how do we apply binary search for this problem. So I am not showing you the boundary checks because that is already explained. And in this case, the boundary elements are not equals to the unique element. So for applying binary search, I will take low, high and mid. Low will be equals to this 0. This is low. This is high. And mid will be low plus high minus low by 2, which will be equals to 3. So in this case, this will be mid. Okay. Now you can see that the mid is pointing to value 2. And the previous element is equals to this mid. And also this mid is having an odd index. So the previous element is equals to the current element and this current element is having odd index. That means this pair is starting at an even index. So what does it indicate? It indicates that on the left hand side you will not find the unique element. You will have to move to the right hand side. And why is this true? because the odd element is only a single element. Okay, so if it occurs on the left hand side, then it will disrupt the order. What was the order from the beginning? The order from the beginning was the pair will always start at an even index and will end at an odd index. So if you fit a single element in this order, then let us say if you fit this 3 in between this 1 and 2, so what will be your order? 1 1 2 2, and you fit 3 here. So the index is 0 1 2 3 4. So if you are pointing to this index, then you can see that this is even index and 2 2 is starting at an odd index. So you can say that the unique element will be present on the left hand side, and it is true. Okay, so this order was actually disrupted. This 1 1 actually started with an even index. Now since this unique element came, after that all the pairs will be starting at an odd index. So this observation is very important. Therefore in this case we will be searching on the right hand side. So we will update this low to mid plus 1. So low will now be pointing to this index 4 and high will remain at the same position. Now mid will be equals to low plus high minus low by 2, which will be equals to 5. So mid is here. Now this will be compared. You can see that this 4 4 pair is actually starting at an odd index. So we can say that the unique element is present on the left hand side. So we will make a search on the left hand side. High will be equals to mid minus 1. So high and low will basically be pointing to the same point. Therefore mid will also be the same point. Now you can see that this is element 3. So it is not equals to the previous element, and it is also not equals to the next element. So this was our property number 3, which is the unique element property. So using this we found the unique element and we will return it. The answer will be equals to 3. Now the time complexity for this algorithm is log n, since we are using binary search and we are not using any extra space, so order of 1 extra space is required. Let us now look at the code. So this is the code. As you can see, we are passed the nums vector. After that I have set the high value as nums dot size minus 1, which will be pointing to the last element. Low is pointing to the first element, and I have taken a mid variable. Now first I will do the boundary checks. If the first element is a unique element or the last element is the unique element. If the boundary elements are not unique, then I will simply apply binary search. So in the binary search, the first step is always checking for the unique element, whether the current mid element is the unique element. So I already told you that if it is a unique element, it will not be equal to its adjacent elements. So we will just return num set mid if this is true. Otherwise, if this is not true, then we will do the partition of this entire array. So the decision will depend on whether the current element pair is starting at an even index or is starting at an odd index. Depending on that, we will make either the right partition or the left partition. So this is the entire algorithm. If we are not able to find anything, then we will simply return -1. But in this question, since it is guaranteed that there will be a unique element, this will never run. So this is a very simple binary search solution. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any other approach or solution in different languages, then please post below so that everyone can take benefit from it. Like and share our video and subscribe to our channel in order to watch more of these programming videos. See you in our next video. Thank you.